In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how you can use the Affinity desktop app to create your own custom path brushes, as you see that I've done here with the example that I used for this thumbnail. Before we get started though, be sure to check out my mailing list to receive over 200 free design templates. That includes logos, icons, textures, infographics, and all kinds of various designs. As a subscriber, you'll be the first to receive the free templates that I send out each month. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to look into that further. And with that out of the way, let's get started. So I'm going to open a new document, and I'm going to size my document at a large square size. Let's go by 1920 by 1920 pixels and click Create. And I want to click on my vector environment or vector view mode and come over here to the vector persona. And I'm going to create an object that I want to turn into a path brush. And to create this sort of effect here, I'm going to create a circle and apply a gradient to it. And I'm going to export that as a brush. So let me grab my shapes tool. I'm going to choose the circle tool. And then I'll hold shift and click and drag to draw a perfectly round circle. And I'm going to apply a gradient. So I'm going to start off with the shade of pink. And then I'll grab my gradient tool and I want to choose linear for the gradient type. And I'll take this end of the gradient and I'm going to make this a different color. I'll go with the lighter shade of yellow. And I'll put this side up here. And then I'll put this side down here. And what I will do now is, let me center this on the page. And let me make this bigger. We want this to be pretty large. And with this object selected, I'm going to export this as a PNG image. So I'll come up here to this drop-down menu. And I want to leave these settings as they are. Where it says Show in Finder, let me deselect that. And I'm going to title this whatever I want the name of the brush to be. So I'm going to name this Peach Gradient. And then I'll click Export. And I'll just save this to my desktop. And if I come back over here, or actually no, if I delete this object, what I will do now is I'm going to grab my pencil tool and let me adjust the smoothing. I'm going to draw a simple path. And let me grab my nodes tool and adjust this a little bit. You can skip this part if you want. I just want to make this look a little nicer. Okay, and once that's done, I'm going to come over here to my Path Brushes menu, and I'm going to click on this drop-down icon over here, and I'll come down to where it says New Textured Image Brush, and I'll click on that. And it's going to ask you to choose a file. I'm just going to grab my Peach Gradient PNG image that I just exported and select that. And you can see here, it took that image and created it into a path brush. So let me select the path, and let me click on that brush to apply it. Now, if you notice at first, it's in grayscale. To make this the same color as the brush itself, I'm going to come back over here to the color menu and I'm going to activate the stroke and I want to remove the stroke color and then it'll take on the fill color of the brush. And now I want to adjust this a little more. So let me go to the stroke tab and the stroke size is already pretty large. So I'm going to make the brush itself larger. I'm going to double click on this brush right here to open the brush settings. And I'm going to make this a little larger. And instead of having the circle stretched along the path, I'm going to make it so that it's repeated along the path. So I'll select the repeat option. And I want to decrease the spacing between these circles. So I'm going to grab these red dotted lines right here and bring them in like this. I'm going to bring that one in and I'll bring this one in as well. We want it to be as close as possible without touching. If we make the two lines touch, you can see what happens there. We have that sharp corner or that hard edge. If you're happy with that as it is, go ahead and leave that. Otherwise, if you'd like it to be rounded, just move it over one notch to the right or to the left, whichever one it is. And what we could do now is we could take the opacity variance and bring that all the way up. And if we close out of this menu, we can take the pressure setting over here in the stroke menu, and I can click to add a new dot right there and click to add a new dot right there or a new node and bring that down like that. And you can see what happens. The ends become faded. And if you want to alter that more, you could double click the brush again and you can change the opacity slider like that. You can make it more or less intense. And you can also do this with the size variance. If you want to make it, if you want to make the width of the brush become narrower towards the start and end, you can do that as well. So let me put that back where it was. Let me increase that. Or I could leave that as it is and close that. And then you could just continue working with this as needed. So let's have a look at another example of what we can do using these custom brushes. I'm going to open up my stock menu by going to Window, Layout, and choosing Stock. And in my stock menu, I'm going to choose Pixabay. I'm going to select Vector, and I'm going to search for Pencil. Let me try that again with the proper spelling. There we go. And the image I'm going to use, I will grab this one right here, and I'm going to drop this onto the canvas. And what I will do is I'm going to rotate this around while holding Shift so that it's perfectly horizontal like that. Let me close out of this and close out of that. And let me flip this horizontally and make this a little bigger. And I'm going to export this image and use this as a brush. So let me come back over here to my export menu. And I'm going to name this Pencil. And I'll click Export. And then I can delete that. And now what I'll do is I'm going to grab my pen tool, click once to add a line, hold Shift, bring the line across the page like that, and then click again, and then press Escape to close the path. And I'll come back over here to my Path Brushes menu, and I'm going to add a new brush. So I'll click on the menu icon again, and once again, I'll select New Textured Image Brush, and I'm going to choose the pencil image. And I will apply the pencil to that stroke. And let me remove the stroke color. Let me increase the size of the stroke, or let me increase the size of the brush by double-clicking it. And you can see we have a pencil being stretched out along that path. But what we can do is we could take these red lines and bring them all the way in like this towards the middle, so that the pencil itself, so that the ends of the pencil remain the same size regardless of how long the path is. So let me close out of that, and you can see what I mean here. I can take this now, and I can add new nodes in here and adjust this however I want. And I've basically taken that single object, or that pencil, and bent it along this path. If you found this lesson useful, be sure to check out my Affinity Masterclass. It's a collection of over 80 videos where we go over all of the tools and features in the Affinity app, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work. Kind of like how I did in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions, get help from me anytime you need it, and share your work to get feedback from the community. By the end of this course, you will have everything you need to become a master of the Affinity app. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to check that out, and as always, thanks for watching.